I want to ask you a question, Chris. This is very important because I know that you and many on your side of the aisle talk a lot about compassion, and I agree with you. We need to show compassion as a Christian. I believe in that as well. But where is the compassion for American citizens? Where is the compassion for legal immigrants living in this country that expect the rule of law to be followed and expect border security and border enforcement? Where's the compassion for those individuals? Does that not exist? Because President Trump is going to make sure it exists. That's why we elected him.
Tommy, that you do unto the least of them, you do unto Christ.
Oh, Chris.
And we know what's happening at the border right now.
Chris, we're talking about the
It is an
law
abomination.
right now.
It is an abomination.
What's an abomination? Every time a judge sentences parents to jail, is that an abomination? Is that an abomination? They make a choice. Since when are people not responsible for their own actions and their own behavior? When do you bring children across a border illegally?
They are presenting...
Oh, don't give me this 100%. You know it, and I know it's not 100%, Chris.
They are not criminals. They are not doing anything illegal.
Are they breaking the law coming here?
Chris,
are they breaking the law coming here? Go ahead,
they're
Tommy.
not.
Chris, you can shout as many Bible verses as you want. I believe in the Bible as well. I believe in what you're saying about compassion. But the thing is this. You can't have a nation without a border. We need to make sure the borders are secure. I know you're going to keep telling me that all of these individuals that are crossing the border are seeking asylum, but we know that that is not true. We've got 11 to 20 million illegal immigrants living in this country, and those individuals are not seeking asylum. We have a problem at the border. This president has a zero-tolerance policy for it. So if the Democrats want to come to the table, that's fine. But here on out, this president has made it very clear. Don't come to this country and complain about the rule of law.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question since you've asked me a few. Is it right when people are seeking asylum for them to be separated from their kids? Should the president stop that from happening right now?
I believe first and foremost we need to make sure we have a secure border. And of course we need to deal with these individuals. We need to make sure we have a streamlined process. That also starts with a wall. That starts with border enforcement. So we can figure out who's coming over here and why they're coming over here. Right now, we don't know.
You know, guys,
we don't know who's coming into our country, and that's a problem, Chris.
When they show up at an official crossing and ask for asylum, should they be treated differently?
Chris, you're like a broken record.
Well, of course he's going to sound like a broken record, Janine. He keeps spouting the same talking points over and over. It just goes round and round, and eventually the segment ends and he collects his nice paycheck. But there is one thing that Tomi Lahren didn't do in this segment, and I feel it needs to be brought to light. And it's not because she did anything wrong, it's just something that she could have done better. And Judge Jeanine kind of brings her back on track, and that's why Janine is a show host rather than just a guest. And what Tomi Lahren does is she sort of admits that this guy has something right, when in fact he's dead wrong. He's trying to talk about how Jesus would be a leftist today. Jesus was no leftist. Jesus was a radical centrist, and if you bother reading what the scriptures actually say about him, you'll find that his theology doesn't really match up with anything that leftists have to say, because leftists don't like tradition. Leftists don't like God. Leftists don't like the status quo. They want to continue to push the envelope in their direction. They want to keep pushing that Overton window. And Tomi Lahren should be pushing back on that if she indeed is a Christian. She claims to be in this segment. And instead of saying, no, that's not anywhere remotely what Jesus was teaching, she simply says that you can quote the Bible all day long and basically admits that you can use the Bible to manipulate people. That's not fair to anyone, particularly people who preach from that word, preach from that gospel. So you not pushing back on that was probably a failure on Lauren's part, but it doesn't matter in the long run because she and Janine are right in the fact that it is okay to call illegal immigrants criminals. It's also okay to talk about a way to make them legal or to pay recompense for their crime. That's the whole point of criminality. That's the whole point of having a judicial system at all. And this leftist doesn't like the fact that there's one to begin with. Folks, my name is Brian. Hope you enjoyed this segment here on Politibrawl. Catch you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, y'all have a good one.